Hi, I'm Alex Stutchbury and welcome to ARTClass, a series of videos designed to teach you the basic skills needed to create great artwork. Today we're going to build on our knowledge from the first two perspective videos to create your own realistic looking landscape. We're going to use the same rules as before, plus add a few extra bits and bring in your own images and photos that you want to use to create your own unique fantasy worlds. Let's get started. Now with this project, it's going to be a lot more complicated. We're creating a whole world. So don't worry if you make mistakes. There's always a solution and a way out of them. It's going to be a lot more complicated, so you need to make sure you persevere with it and don't give up. There's going to be two sections that we're going to focus on. The first being the actual line drawing and trying to make it look as realistic as possible. Do remember, the one challenge can be with something like perspective, the better you get at it, the more obvious little mistakes will be, so we must keep to those rules. The second part is going to be how we colour it in to make it look as 3D and realistic as possible. Let's break down each part and work from the start to finish. Off we go.
To begin with, place a vanishing point somewhere central on the page, then draw lots of guidelines going from it, a little bit like a spider's web. Then, with all your pictures located around your table space, you can start adding in buildings and objects and any other information that you want to put into your landscape design.
Try to have two different sides. Maybe one side is more urban, the other side could be a more nature-inspired one. And then they will juxtapose each other quite nicely when you have your final outcome.
For this example, I'm placing skyscrapers from Dubai in amongst a landscape situated on the edge of a beach, a scene from Nice on the French Riviera. Don't overcomplicate it though, because it can get tricky the more objects you put into your design.
Here's a little trick for you. I call it the 1 centimetre rule. Basically, if you create a line down the side of a building or along the bottom of a road, and then you can create something like a zebra crossing, or you can work out the measurements of each of the subsequent layers or levels on a building. By putting the centimetres first, you can then line up the ruler to each of those centimetres and work your way along the lines or across the bottom lines. It's a good little tip, but actually it can be very successful. Have a look.
So place 1 centimetre points on the furthest edge of the building furthest away and line the ruler up to the vanishing point. Then you can draw lines across all of the buildings all in one go. For something like a road crossing, again, put centimetre points all the way along and then line your ruler up to that vanishing point and draw the subsequent lines in.
Okay, the line drawing's complete. Make sure you've rubbed out all of the guidelines that you no longer need, because you don't want to start painting or drawing on top of them because they may still show through. The objective of this final and second stage is to work out exactly what colours you need or tones you need to make it look as realistic as possible, but also can we add texture in certain areas. On this one, for example, the beach or the trees in the central divide between the two sides of a road. Off we go.
Start by applying a base wash in the background. You have to first decide though what sort of sky you want. Is it daytime or is it evening? This one I've chosen is sunset. So I'm starting with a lighter colour and then applying darker washes as it goes further up. So you start with yellow and apply oranges and reds, and by smudging them in just with a little bit of water, you can fade them very smoothly into one another. Then start adding a base wash over all buildings and objects. If it's a nighttime scene, you'll have to put a subtle beige wash over everything first. From there, you can then add base colours like the green on the trees, the yellow on the beach, and a pale blue wash on the road and sea. You can then add extra dark tones for shadowed areas down the sides of the buildings where the light cannot get to. And you can now already see that I'm starting to add some smaller details like car shadows coming from the little buildings. Do remember to add textures by dotting and dabbing, either with a brush or with a pencil, to show leaf textures, the grain on the sand and the ripple effects on water.
So there we have it, your own unique landscape. Why don't you try a few variations? Perhaps change the location. Does it have to be on Earth? Or if it is, does it have to be in a city? Could it be in a rural area? Think of inspiration. Think about your favourite films, your favourite television programmes, your favourite computer games. Could you bring some of those into your design? I really look forward to seeing how you get on. My name's Alex Stutchbury. Goodbye.